The rewards of failure. Bum 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 bum. Failure. We all avoid it, and most of us fear it. However, without failure, progress would be impossible. Indeed, the word success comes from the Latin succedere, meaning to come after. And what does success usually come after? Failure. Seems that one cannot exist without the other. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on the channel. Today we will talk about failures and success stories from failures, which seems impossible, right? It's like you succeeded in opening a can one time, but you said you failed, something like that. But turns out it actually did happen. Success stories did happen with failures, and I'm gonna tell you a few of them. Every failure, even the worst one of them, gives us a good way to improve. It's like every layer, every drink of it is the use of the lesson of each failure. And eventually, once you get it to a point where you drink all that failures that you've done, you find out that you go into the success field. That's how it works. That's what failure is like. And now I'm going to tell you a few things on failure itself. Failure is cool and all, but however, I'm going to tell you guys one thing that you never actually find out about failure until you actually do it yourself. Failure is in the world a field of success. Think of it as like a coin flip. There's always a 50-50 chance of getting heads or tails. That's the same thing for success and failures, except usually failures are more higher. And eventually, from every coin flip and every coin flip to tails, you always get closer to the heads. Yeah, that's how it works. And everything I just told you about is into the sarcastic world. But I'm going to tell you guys one thing, though, that even if we do find out stuff about this, I'm just going to say here that even I don't know how many failures an average person does. And also, I never knew anybody who tried to ask that question. Interesting. That's exactly what happens. Everything that I'm going to tell you about is that about one of the famous stories of failures, which is connected to Apple, by the way, who created the iPhone and iPad. But before there was even an iPhone or even an iPad, there were different stuffs. There was this thing called the Apple Newton. Here, I'll show you a picture of it. The Apple Newton looked something like this. It looked like the iPhone. Whoops. It looked something like this. It looked like the iPhone, but a bit heavier and a bit too heavy. They had the same features of what an iPhone does. Screen lock. Apps. App Store. And yeah, everything. However, its functions were pretty glitched. And eventually they stopped selling it in 1998. Steve Jobs, however, thought that the Newton should be more successful. He had faith in it. So eventually he created the invention of the iPhone, who has a charger, and the iPad, which I personally like more. Personally, I like the iPad much better. And this is where everything goes on. The iPad can probably have more storage in it. And it even had apps. Oops. Library. And you can even touchscreen it. It was much better. It was much better than everything else. Better than the Apple Newton. Yeah. And eventually it became the new stuff. We can find out about it on YouTube, but I'm not going to show you guys about it right now. Yeah, I'm not going to show you guys about it. So this is where I will end this episode. Always remember that failure is the friend to success. The more failures, the more successful you're going to get at it. Unless you die in one of your failures. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shinhan out. Peace.